First of all, this theme song is everything.
I know, it's so iconic. It's everything.
It's everything. You saw the drama that's going on with
Girl. The girls are fighting.
Girls are fighting. Woo. And the way it came out was crazy too. New York Times just sat for like a little cute little interview. Well, I think it was the New York Times. Cute little interview with the composer, and he just like shared everything. They had no preparation. They had no idea. Like he quit the show. He's been beefing with Mike White. Like
he said, "This is the last fight we're gonna."
Right. So they've been fighting.
Yeah, they fight. I wish somebody would come out with this with Tyler Perry.
Oh my God.
Who in the behind the scenes is like, I've had enough of this video. I want to know so bad. Because you all know Mike White is the white Tyler Perry. So I just want to know.
I know, write, produce, direct, everything. Yeah. Anyways, we're on a beach in Sicily. We open up Daphne. She's chatting with two ladies sitting next to her. They just arrived. It's her last day. She's like her typical cheery self, chatting up strangers and shit. Like, hey, how's your day going?
I'm the same.
You do this?
Of course I do.
What is Crunch doing? Sitting there pretending he don't
damn near
don't
in the room.
Exist. Damn, not even at the beach.
You know, I told you about the little girl that I met. I met a little girl. She gave me a Fruit Loop. Yeah, it was a whole thing.
Oh my God.
Talk to me with their books they're reading.
Oh my God. You literally you see people. Okay, I need to like break this down.
Okay.
Sorry, y'all, we'll get into the recap.
Yeah, sorry. Oh my God, we've been talking so long.
So you're sitting there at the beach, you're Daphne, you're putting on your sunscreen, you look over, you see two girls chatting, maybe one of them has a book, and you just say, hey, like, what's that book?
What do you think about that book? I've been seeing it all over. Is it a good read?
And you genuinely were thinking about that book?
The whole,
or you just trying to strike a conversation?
Yeah. No, I've been thinking about the book.
Wow, and you just asked them about it?
I did at least 4 times. When I was in Aruba. At least 4 times.
Oh my God.
And then people did it to me too about my book.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, it's so good, but it's long, but it's so good. You like Kennedy Ryan? Like, yeah.
And you just have a whole thing. Oh my God. I would do this when I was young in my 20s traveling. And I'm traveling by myself, so you want to make friends, all the young people, backpackers, whatever. But now at this age, I feel like I'll hold Nate back sometimes because he wants to do this. He wants to chat to everybody. Yeah. And I got my sunglasses on. We here to hang out at the beach. Like, I'm not trying to talk to nobody, so stop. But like you, he's always like looking for a connection. Like, these people. So Daphne is down at the beach doing this foolery. And she goes swimming. And as she's swimming, she comes across a dead body.
Oh my God, wait. Another foreshadowing. She said to the girls, they're going to have to drag you out of here.
Yeah. And then literally right after the dead body comes.
There's a dead body floating next to her. Yep.
And then we learn it's multiple dead bodies have been found. Yeah. So then we flash back to 1 week earlier when a little private vessel comes carrying all of our different guests for the season. So we meet Harper and Ethan. It's Aubrey Plaza's character and her husband. And even the way she's dressed, this like white skirt suit.
She's trying so hard. This like Chanel off the runway suit that she's wearing in the hot 90-degree weather.
Hot Sicilian heat. Like, what? So she just looks so uptight. Her and Ethan are like bickering. And then sitting across from them is cheery little Daphne and Cameron. And they're like the hot couple, like snuggled up. Harper won't even drink the Prosecco at the dock. Like, she's so wound up. Like, she can't even cheers with a little champagne. We also meet Bert, Dominic, and Albie. 3 generations, grandpa, dad, and the son. Grandpa's flirting with everybody. So
yeah, he's just nasty.
Already starting.
He's just one of those people. He got some taste of elderly favorability. And he said, fuck it. I'm going to go all the way nasty old man. Fuck it. Who cares?
Nasty old man. That's exactly it. Tanya is back. So she's reprising her role from season 1. Where she plays a wealthy heiress. And in season 1, she was like mourning the death of her mom. And at the end of the season, she falls for Greg, her new love interest. So we learned that Greg, they're married and he's already arrived at the hotel. And she also brings with her Portia, her young assistant, on her romantic vacation with her husband.
Yeah. Because she can't be alone for more than like 8 minutes.
Yeah.
She died probably.
Literally, she's so unstable. Like physically, you can't trust her just like walking without falling or being clumsy. Emotionally, she's a wreck. Like she really does need like a caretaker, it seems, honestly.
Yeah.
So the vessel arrives at docks, and we also meet the fabulous sex worker Lucia and her friend Mia, who are like off on the shore scouting the boat because one of Lucia's clients is on board. And I love that we don't know who it is.
Yeah.
It could be any one of these men.
Yeah.
Which half of them are married.
Yeah.
One's like old as shit, but like it could, one of them is like a young kid. Like it could be anyone. And so we see Lucia and Mia later trying to sneak into the hotel. They get caught by Valentina, who I love her too in this character.
Love her. Ugh.
She's like the moody, just like mean hotel manager.
Yeah, she's so believable.
Stressed and always picking on Rocco. Rocco's like the other concierge.
Oh, yeah.
He's always doing something wrong. So anyways, let's start with Harper, Ethan, Daphne, and Cameron. So Harper just, everything is awkward. She just makes everything awkward because she's just so stiff.
Yeah.
So even, right?
Yeah,
the
but she hates
like,
these people. So that's
she hates them. She hates them, but she doesn't really know them yet. But she can't even help that she's judging them off her.
Yeah.
So yeah, the concierge is like touring them their rooms. They have like a little connecting room. She's like, oh, we won't be using that. And it just gets awkward. Like she can't even like, I don't know, keep it together for a second. But yeah, we learned that Ethan, her husband, sold his company, like a tech guy, tech bro. So he's like super rich now. And Cameron is his roommate from college. So not really friend from college, which he makes it clear they weren't friends.
Yes.
It was his roommate.
Yeah.
Who's now trying to be friends.
Yeah, because he's rich now.
Yeah. So it's actually Daphne and Cameron who invited them on this trip. So Harper obviously is very suspicious of like his whole, like, she's like, he's going to be propositioning you for something by the end of the trip. And then, yeah, she's just like, they're so touchy feely. Like he's so douchey. He's talking about the Hamptons all the time. Like, what is this? And Ethan's like, they're happily married. Like, everything
not
just
her
rolls
type
off.
of people. It's not her type of people. So she's annoyed that she has to be with them for the whole week. I get it. I'd be the same way.
I get it too. I definitely get it. She can't fix her face at all. I can at least kind of put on a face. She can't help her face. So at lunch, the four of them have lunch and just kind of getting to know each other a little bit. Cameron is a douche, we see. Like, just the way he talks. Just says whatever he says, just whatever comes out of his brain, he just says it. Daphne makes a little comment about she's having trouble sleeping, and she's like, with everything that's going on in the world.
Yeah, she found her Ambien.
Yeah. The world's crazy, COVID, blah, blah, And Daphne and Cameron are like, what do you mean? Like,
what? What's going on in the world? What are you talking about?
That actress, Daphne, she plays so
she
well.
Was great.
Fantastic. She's like, oh yeah, we don't watch the news. That like apocalyptic soap opera. We don't watch that.
It's just so polarizing for society. As if they're not the ones polarizing society.
Right.
Like, you with your millions of dollars. Get out of here.
Right. And they're like, oh, we vote, we donate, we do the thing.
Do what we can.
We do what we can. And Daphne definitely didn't vote, but sure.
No, she forgot. She doesn't know who's on the ballot, doesn't know nothing. Doesn't have nothing to do with her.
Nope. Cameron and Harper, they run up to the room together because Cameron's bag got lost. So he's going to get some swing trunks. And she's going to grab sunscreen. While they're in the room, he very strangely changes his swim trunks very obviously.
Yeah.
In like eye shot of Harper.
Yeah.
And kind of just plays it off like, oh, how'd these look?
Yeah.
And she's like,
he tests her multiple times.
Yes.
He's changing in the room with her. So he's checking to see if she's looking in the mirror. Then he asks her, hey, what do you think of my penis in these? You think it's showing?
Basically, yeah.
Or no? Can you look and just make sure for me? So he's just testing, I think, because he's never met a woman who doesn't want to fuck him. And he's really upset about it.
I think that's the whole underbelly with Cameron and what he's trying to do with Harper. Trying to crack her in some way.
Yeah. Especially because she's Ethan's wife.
Especially, yeah. It's really coming after Ethan. More than anything.
Yeah. He's like, how can this loser get this girl who's like really pretty, has a great job, and is really smart? And I got this pretty wife back at home, but she ain't got no brains in her head. And I'm just looking to, surf around. And she doesn't like me. I gotta make her like me.
Yeah. Also, too, because men, particularly men like Cameron, his whole worth is measured by how much money he makes, what he does for a living. And his little college roommate nerd boy over here is fucking billionaire now or whatever. Yeah. So he's feeling a little small. So he has to remind him and remind himself constantly that like, nah, I am the winner. I got this. Gross. Now at dinner, we see Cameron spots Lucia and Mia, recognizes them as hookers. And Lucia looks so cute also. I love her tiny little nothing dresses that she wears.
I love her like belt mini skirts. They're fabulous.
She looks amazing and everything. Yeah. And so he like points them out to Ethan, and Ethan's like, "Oh, how do you know they're hookers?" And he's like, "Oh, you're so innocent.
You don't even know a hooker when you see one." Like, what are you talking about?
What? And then says, "Oh, well, Ethan was the original incel."
That's fighting words.
That's fighting words.
I'm fighting you outside on the balcony. And if you fall off, you fall off. Get the fuck out of here.
Get out of here.
Oh my God.
But again, trying to belittle him. Ethan was nerdy in the room, building his fucking business all 4 years of college. And which is a good thing, right? Yes. This is where he is now. But he has to like warp it and turn it into like kind of,
you got no pussy.
Yeah, you ain't got shit. Like make it something else. But yeah, at the dinner, this dynamic we kind of see, like Harper orders for her and Ethan.
Yeah, she also belittles him a lot.
Yeah. And then she catches Cameron and Daphne seeing it. And then she'll be like, oh, but you can order whatever you want.
Yeah.
So she's seeing, a mirror is being held up to her too, as she's seeing that, oh, she really not only wears the pants, but also like belittles the shit out of her man in front of everybody else.
Yeah.
Now, back in the hotel room, Daphne and Cameron are like laughing, FaceTiming their kids, having fun. Ethan and Harper can hear them through the walls. And Harper's always trying to like talk shit, always trying to stir a little gossip about them. They didn't even vote. They don't watch the news. Like, they can't be this happy. Like, this is such a front. And she says, she's like, yeah, they think of us as their white passing diverse friends.
Iconic line.
Great line, and also not wrong. I'm sure they feel some type of way, like, oh, we have our one Asian and Puerto Rican friend,
Yep.
Then Harper tells Ethan, flat out tells him about Cameron changing in front of her.
Great move. This is a lawyer at work.
Yes. Because she's also sizing up. What is he going to say to this?
Yeah.
Because I'm going to tell him the truth. How is he going to defend me, or is he going to slide in and write it off for his friend? Which is exactly what he does. He says, oh, it doesn't seem weird. He was just getting changed.
What the fuck? Daphne had her titties and coochie out in front of you? No, we are leaving.
No. What the heck?
We're getting on the boat and we're leaving. Like, no.
Huge red flag for Ethan, because he's kind of like the nice guy, so to speak.
Another one. Another nice guy, just fronting with all his money. Can't wait to be terrible. Can't
wait. Seems so harmless. Your wife just told you something.
Yeah, something.
And it's like he didn't hear her.
Yeah. Yes. It gave like, you tell HR, like, this guy was looking at porn in our meeting, and they were like, oh, he's addicted. Like, that's what it gave.
Yes. Like, that's what he does.
Yeah. Don't worry about him.
Don't worry about it. Yeah. What? So strange. So he just excuses everything, excuses her. And then we get this moment that I feel like we might come back to this. He stares off at this bust.
Oh, yeah.
That the concierge kind of told a little story. So it's this bust of the head of a Moor, who, the story goes, this Moor man came and seduced a local Sicilian girl, but he had a wife and kids back home, and so she cut off his head. And now throughout the hotel, we see the bust of like the Moor who's been decapitated by the local girl who's betrayed. So we'll come back to that, I'm sure, at some point. Now let's go to the little boys trip.
Oh God.
Bert, Dominic, and Albie. So Bert again flirting with everybody, farting in front of while flirting. Like,
can't control anything. Just completely out of control of his body, his mouth, brain,
everything.
His dick, everything.
So weird. So we learned that they are Sicilian and they've traveled here to kind of go back to their roots, essentially. Now, Dominic, we see calls his wife and she goes fucking off on him.
She hates him so much.
Hates him, like despises this man.
And we learn that he has a daughter that also can't stand him, who is not on the trip.
Also can't stand him. Exactly. Yeah. So he messed up big time, whatever it is. And we also know from that phone call, that Albie knows about whatever it is that he did, but he's the nice, sweet boy, and so he's not saying anything. He's like the peacekeeper, which we kind of learn later. Now,
also his wedding ring is on in this scene.
Oh, is it?
Yes. So Dominic is trying what he thinks is trying, which is posturing with a wedding ring.
Yeah.
While he's fully on Ashley Madison or whatever the fuck he found.
Wherever he found Lucia.
Not sure of the international apps, but found Lucia. But has this posturing of this phone call and wearing his wedding ring around. And that's him thinking that he's trying.
He's trying.
But in reality, he's not trying at all.
God, that's crazy. He's trying to like give himself credit.
Yes.
Little small, but look at guys, look at everyone. But really he's talking to himself. Look, you're doing it. You're doing the thing. You're trying to be a good husband.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, Grandpa, he falls at the pool.
Yeah. I thought this was almost like a Bachelor moment where he fell to try to get attention.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was like, does he just think this trip is boring and he's trying to get attention? I don't know. We'll never know.
We'll never know. So that night, the dad makes Albie sleep in the room with him because he claims he has work to do, just to make sure Grandpa doesn't like die in his sleep, basically. But anyways, at dinner, Grandpa again flirting with everyone, says flirting is just one of the pleasures of life, and how he's like, even though he's 80, he's still attracted to young women, and he's like, Dominic, you can relate to that.
You know something about that, don't you?
So we know this runs in the family.
Yes. And he's fully aware it's going to get to Albie, too.
Yeah. Oh. But the grandpa doesn't care. He thinks
this is how men act.
This is how men act.
And this is how it is what it is. And you just have to be discreet about it so you can respect your wife.
Exactly. So be it. Albie says a little shade. He's like, no girl should have to look at an old man's junk, Grandpa. Like, which I agree.
Yeah, I know. Young junk is enough.
Young junk is enough. Old wrinkly junk, I'm good. Now we see later Lucia. She goes to finally find her client, who is none other than Dominic. And when she's in the hotel room, she's telling him about her dream of going to LA, but she doesn't have any money. And she almost seems embarrassed, like it kind of slipped out. But she doesn't want to, I guess she doesn't want to appear like I'm here to like try to get as much money out of you so I can conquer my dreams.
Yeah, because that would kill the vibes.
But, he's like, I'm going through a lot. I can't really make conversation. And so they just, get to business. Meanwhile, we see Mia, her friend, is like an aspiring singer. So she has her own little subplots and has a little drink with the restaurant's piano player, which he thinks she's a hooker. So he propositions her for sex and she throws a drink in his face.
Yeah, rude. Book through the app. Fuck wrong with you? Put a deposit down. What the fuck?
Also, just because she has like a little lipstick and a cute little dress doesn't make her
available for you tonight.
Don't they got to give you a little wink or a little nod or a little something?
That's what I'm saying. A deposit. Like, this is 2022 at this point. Come on now.
It was so rude. The proposition. Like, God. Now, Tanya and Greg and Portia.
Oh, God. I love Jennifer Coolidge so much.
This is like such a fantastic role for her. This like flighty, unstable heiress.
Yes.
Like she's so rich, she just like doesn't even know where she is. Like, oh my gosh, she plays this so well. So Greg is pissed that she brought her fucking assistant on their vacation. And she's like, well, it's not like she's going to be in our bed and stuff. Like, and so he's like, I don't fucking care. Get rid of her. So Tanya tells her to get lost, which basically means don't leave. Stay around, please. I need you.
Just don't leave the room and I'll see you later.
Yeah.
But also, scram.
Yeah. See, I sent her off. Like, God. All her posturing too to Greg is like hilarious.
And herself.
Oh my God.
I know that Greg is so funny.
So Portia, she's at the pool crying about how much her life sucks. She's talking to her friend on the phone, how miserable Tanya is, and it's just ridiculous her life. This is a ridiculous life that she's found herself
so
in.
preposterous that she has $500 million and she's miserable with this man who very obviously wants to have sex with other men and not her. And wants to impress him so bad.
But also Portia's life, like she's fresh out of college.
Yeah,
this is like her first little job, and she's like the personal assistant to a billionaire heiress.
Maniac.
Who's a fucking maniac, and she's in Italy, like she's in Sicily right now.
Yeah,
but is told to stay in the room. What is this? So she's freaking out, obviously. And her and Albie are kind of sitting next to each other, and they kind of start chatting. And he just seems nice. He's a little like sheepish about sharing that he went to Stanford, and like. She's like, okay, that's fine. Like, why are you?
It's okay.
It's okay.
Went to college,
right?
Yeah.
Now later we see Tanya.
Like, but it's so obvious he's a nepo baby. Like he got in on the accord of something terrible. He doesn't think he deserves it. Albie doesn't think he deserves to go to Stanford. He doesn't think he deserves the job. Yes, you know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah. He's like he's self-conscious in that way. He's rich. He comes from the dad with Hollywood ties or whatever the fuck. But yeah, Tanya now, she is trying to be sexy.
Getting sexy for her man. Okay. And she does have fabulous wardrobe. I will give her
amazing.
The wardrobe is so flattering on her. Everything is so beautiful.
She looks incredible. Jennifer Coolidge in everything, every scene. Even this little like lingerie number she had on.
Amazing.
It was so cute. But yeah, she's like rubbing Greg's toes
on her titty, which is a very specific kink that I'm not sure Greg is familiar with.
Oh God. And later we see them having sex, and in the middle of sex, she like freaks out.
She totally disassociates.
How are you disassociating in the middle of sex?
That you initiated. She is crazy. This lady is so crazy.
She's so unhinged.
Oh man, she's one of my favorite characters on TV I've ever watched.
Period. Yeah, I love this character. So she like pushes him off of her. And he's like, all right, now the mood's ruined.
With great strength.
Oh yeah,
he flies off the bed.
Tosses him off the bed. And he walks out, and as he's going, he like insults the shit out of her. Like,
oh my God, calls her fat.
Shames her, goes in how she ate a box of macaroons and how you expect to lose weight, and then kind of just like shuffles off to the bathroom, just like so casually mean.
Right. Because we know.
Now they head to dinner. Tanya also looks amazing. I love this like rose print flowy dress. And she spots Portia, who's supposed to be in her room.
Starving, I guess.
Starving. The girl has to eat. God. I'm not going to eat room service every fucking day. After 2 days of room service, you're like over it already.
I know. This is how dispensable she thinks Portia is, though.
Yeah.
She doesn't even think of her as a human being.
No. Just get out of here. Portia's wardrobe is also amazing.
So on par with who this girl is.
So great. Gen Z down.
Yeah.
Just like a lost little backpacker, trying to look cool. But like she only brought one pair of sneakers. So she's wearing the same Converses with everything.
Yep. Scrunchy socks.
Yep.
Very obviously thrifted.
Yeah. A lot of thrifted stuff. Yeah. Oh, bless her.
I know.
So she runs off, and she's in the room eating room service and like Instagram stalking Albie. And then later in the hotel room, Tanya finds 2 macaroons. She didn't eat the whole box.
No.
Actually, Greg.
Yeah. So you can have these 2, Greg.
Yeah. And she like goes to tell him he's in the bathroom, like whispering suspiciously. Again, says it's work.
Oh my God. He said it's Bob from work. I was like, you couldn't think of a better lie than Bob from work?
Bob from The Office. Like,
oh my God.
But he thinks she's that dumb. Like,
he
thinks she's really dumb. It's not wrong, but she's also not that dumb. Like she's
not that
something.
Dumb. Yeah.
She's seeing something happen, but she doesn't know what to do with this intel, and she's trying. She's trying to impress him all the time, too.
She just wants to be Monica Vitti way more than she wants to know the truth about Greg.
About Greg, yeah. Oh, man. All his, like, he's doing all of this in front of her face,
completely.
Which is the crazy thing.
Yeah, he didn't even go to the hotel lobby, bathroom, nothing. He was in the room, talking
about whispering loudly from the bathroom, like, at 12 o'clock at night. Like, what? Oh, my God. So then we head into episode 2. Beautiful shots of the hotel. So of course I like I'm like, where the hell is this hotel? What is this hotel? What is this? It's a Four Seasons.
Yeah, they
in Sicily.
Oh, so they did the Four Seasons in Thailand too. That's what.
It was Four Seasons. Oh,
I don't know if that's where the shots are. I'm not sure. But
okay.
That's where all the cast stayed in the Four Seasons.
Oh, okay. So yeah, this is the actual Four Seasons.
Wow.
How much a night do you think it is?
I want to say for a basic room. Also, which timeline did you do? Did you like?
I looked peak.
Peak time.
I did July. Yeah,
July,
summer.
Okay, I would say like 4,500 a night.
5K.
5K. Yeah.
For what seems, I think it was the basic room.
Yeah.
Breakfast is included, but that's it.
That is insane. First of all, the fact that I have to take a boat there that's crazy. Somebody better swim me there like a dolphin. Fuck out of here. What?
And I gotta pay for dinner out of pocket.
I have to pay for dinner out of pocket. But that's what I'm telling you with these things, because I got that massage at the Ritz, and they were just like, "Oh yeah, there's a $60 service charge." I was like, "What the fuck is that?
For what?"
Because I booked it here. What are you talking about?
That's it. Because people who stay there don't think about money.
Nope.
So they can just like pepper in all these little fees or whatever. You're not gonna argue it because you're not thinking about a $60 fee. We are counting our pennies. What you mean $60? What is that fee for exactly?
And rightfully so. Like, I'm not gonna burn $62
for what? The massage already cost me $300.
Exactly. Like what?
Oh my goodness.
Ooh, so interesting.
But anyways, amazing hotel. Like, I love the opening shots of episode 2. Just like all the different at like dawn or dusk, whatever, dawn as Ethan goes for his run. Just looks so beautiful. So yeah, we'll start with Ethan, Harper, Cameron, and Daphne. So he goes out on a very, very early morning run. We see Harper wakes up alone because he's running. Meanwhile, Cameron and Daphne are all like cuddled up in bed and just keep seeing this juxtaposition of like the happy couple where everything seems fine and they're all lovey-dovey. Then Ethan and Harper, like, they don't even wake up together in the morning.
I know. They've had such a huge life change, too. All of a sudden, he's a billionaire, and she doesn't know what to do with him now.
Yeah. So at breakfast, Cameron and Daphne, like, see Harper, and they, like, wave her over. And she's like, oh fuck.
God. Yeah.
And even as she sits down, she makes a little dig about Ethan and his early morning runs.
What'd she say?
She's like, oh, yeah, that's what I'm dealing with now.
Oh, my God.
Just like, she always finds like little subtle ways. And I don't even think she's conscious of it, but they're clocking it every single time. Particularly Cameron is clocking it every time. Every little way that she kind of just obliviously just is judgmental of everyone, even Ethan, the person closest to her.
Her husband. Yeah. And if she's undercutting Ethan, why doesn't she like me?
He's picking up on that too.
Yeah.
Yep. Totally.
Oh, man.
Now Cameron is off on the phone cursing out the airline. Trying to get his bag. And we learned from Daphne that they never fight. Because, like, what's there to fight about?
Yeah. I mean, Daphne got it figured out.
She got it figured out,
She got this life figured out. She's not trying to disrupt nothing.
So now Harper's like, so now they're also the couple that doesn't fight? What the fuck is this?
There's no way. There's no way they're all of these things. Yeah.
Can't be, right? Now, back in the room, Ethan is jerking off to porn.
Yeah.
Harper went to breakfast for 2 seconds.
Didn't even text her.
No.
Didn't even bother.
Not even a check-in. How far are you away? You know, okay, maybe she'll be back in 5 minutes. I'll wait. So he's jerking off. She comes in the room. He openly admits that he was jerking off.
Yeah. A lot of openness with these two.
Yeah, he didn't lie. That was just interesting.
Yeah.
That was like the first thing I was like, oh, what's he about to say? He told her flat out. But the thing is, like, he likes morning sex. She doesn't like morning sex. So that's what he like chalks it up to as to why he was jerking off. Now, Harper, again, wants to gossip. She's like, so they don't even fight. What the fuck is that? They're just so fake. That can't be real.
Yeah.
And Ethan just flat out calls out, "You're just so judgmental." You have to find, he says, quote, "You have to find people deficient in some way compared to you. And maybe it's because you're threatened by them." And like, he just like kind of throws that at her, and she's like,
yeah, that's
what?
so mean.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
He's also not wrong.
He's not wrong, but I think what she's trying to do is access the man she married.
Mm-hmm.
And she can't find the man she married.
She's looking for a little like commiseration, like they suck a little bit. Come on, right? Like, it's just crazy, right? Like, come on.
You don't want to be like him, right? Because we just got rich. So you don't want to be like that, do you? Like, she's trying to find that within him, and he's not giving it to her. And she's getting really fucking worried.
Yeah. Because he's never seeing her side. He's always defending the normalcy of Cameron and Daphne.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she ain't nobody's Daphne. She ain't
no. And she's like, this isn't normal. Like, you're not going to make this pretend like it is. Like, something seems off. No. Okay.
But also, as you said, Ethan's not wrong.
Mm-hmm. Now, down at the beach, they're having lunch, the four of them, and talking about their honeymoons. And, they went to Puerto Rico for theirs. She's half Puerto Rican. And even their
response to the nation of Puerto Rico. They said, "Oh, it's never been on our radar."
Yeah. Oh, Puerto Rico. Oh, so fun. That's cute. It's like a territory? Yeah, a territory.
It's not a state, right? They don't vote, right?
Oh my God. But even their like that writing is so well done.
So good.
So good.
Ooh.
And of course they went to like Venice for theirs, like, for them so fancy and like European. Now at the beach, Cameron just flat out asks, like, he's not even wasting no time. First day, flat out asks Ethan, "So what's it like being rich? How's it being rich now?"
Oh my God.
And Ethan just talks about how he likes to help people. They get to help Harper's family now. She makes a little comment about how, we're not really materialistic. So shade.
Yeah.
So shady. And Cameron again is always trying to prove himself to Daphne, or always trying to prove himself to Harper. He's like, "Oh, well, we care, we donate, and Daphne went on some whole soliloquy about
Instagram stories, but how she always donates when Sarah McLachlan comes on the TV.
Right. And so he's like, we care about things despite what you think. And she's like, "Oh no, I get it," and kind of like, gives herself a little check, and then's like, "I'm gonna go swim."
Yeah.
And heads off into the ocean. He basically goes chasing after her in the ocean and is like, "I just feel like you don't like me. Like, I feel like I just keep saying the wrong thing.
You have me suspended in water." Talking about, "I think you don't like me.
Yeah.
I saw your dick yesterday."
Let's be real.
That's crazy. Yeah. This is a crazy guy.
But crazy.
Ooh.
But he knows she's not gonna say anything.
Yeah. Well, she did say something. He knows Ethan's not gonna say nothing.
He knows Ethan's not gonna say anything. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Damn, that's crazy. He probably knows, or he could suspect, right, that she told Ethan.
He could
suspect that.
Or he doesn't care either way, which I would think he doesn't care either way.
But he's just also confident that Ethan's not gonna step to him.
Yep.
What's Ethan gonna say?
Yep.
God, this guy sucks. So she's like, "It's fine. I like you. You guys are fine. Like, it's all good." Now that night at dinner, they have a conversation about kids. Daphne and Cameron have, I think, 2-3 kids. And, they ask Harper and Ethan if they want kids. And they say they've been trying, but you could see that they're on 2 different pages.
Yeah. And that Harper doesn't want to make it a thing. So she says, "Not very hard. Not a whole lot."
Not a whole lot. Yeah. And then Ethan just divulges like, "Oh, well, I like morning sex. She doesn't like sex in the morning. So, it's been hard finding time." Like, she's looking at him like, "The fuck? Yeah. Can you not tell these people our business?
Our whole business about my coochie, can we not do this?"
Can we not? Oh. And then Daphne kind of talks about motherhood and how motherhood is hard. She's a full-time mom and motherhood is hard. And, her last child, it sounds like she damn near died in childbirth.
Yeah.
And Cameron gets kind of emotional about how that was for him,
which
seeing her dying.
Can't believe he did it this way.
Centered himself.
That completely. It was so hard for me.
And she was like, I almost died.
My whole body was out, split in half on the table. What do you mean?
But had to make it about him. But we do see in that moment why they seem to be on kind of like this honeymoon cloud 9, because they recently went through something very deep together.
Traumatic.
Very traumatic. And so their perspective on life right now was like, we are alive. Like, this is, we're doing great, you know?
Yeah.
So it kind of humanized them in a way and kind of explained why things seem so perfect with them. Now, back in the room, Harper apologizes to Ethan for being a shrew and promises to have more fun. I think at dinner too, that little human moment with them, she kind of like checked herself like, okay, maybe
they do go through things.
They go through things too. Right. Yeah. And so she promises to be more fun and also kind of mentions this little like alpha dog low-key competition between Ethan and Cameron. And of course he tries to like play it off like, oh, whatever, it's fine. And then over in the other room, Cameron and Daphne are like fully talking shit. Now they're talking shit. And bring up how Harper has seemed to cut off his balls and is now wondering why he's not attracted to her. So they're getting mean too with Harper. Just as she's coming around, which is interesting. Now, Tanya and Greg. Tanya wakes up and Greg is sitting on the edge of the bed staring off into the distance. He's up to something.
Yeah, clearly. Yeah.
Very clearly.
She's like, oh, he's so deep.
Yeah. Now at breakfast, Portia again gets spotted. She has to scamper every time. She has to scamper off somewhere.
It shows too how on Tanya's schedule she is.
Yeah.
She can't even find a different time to have breakfast. She's still on Tanya's whole life.
I know, poor thing. So as she runs off, Greg fully sees her. So he knows that she's like still here, but okay. Tanya also has her whole moment describing her fantasy day to Greg. Dressed as Monica Vitti on the back of a Vespa. They go to have aperitivo and pasta with clams and the way
whatever the fuck movie she watched. That she just wants to live out that fantasy. You can't tell her she's not Monica Vitti.
You can't tell her that. Even though she's telling it, she's like, you can feel the wind in her hair.
Oh yeah. Full delusion.
So crazy. So yeah, Greg arranges the perfect day and we see them ride off in the Vespa. Now, Portia, meanwhile, joins the three, Bert, Dominic, and Albie at their table. And Bert is going off about he can't believe how mad Dominic's wife is. They've been married for 25 years. How dare she not come on the trip? What is going on? I'll talk to her. You didn't handle it. I'll talk to her. And says how his wife recently passed and I could have done anything. She would have been there for me.
Yep.
Just a complete dismissal that he or his son could do anything wrong.
Yeah.
He has it in his head that this is what men do.
And this is what wives do. Why didn't your wife do this?
Yeah. Why didn't she stand by you? That's crazy.
Yeah. Even though she just filed the papers.
Like it's over.
Oh my God.
So the men and Portia, they head off on a little walk around town. But Dominic first brings Lucia, who's now his girlfriend for the week. She set up
she made that plan.
Ooh, she made a nice little gig for the week. Ooh. So he goes to the front desk of Valentina and asks to add them to his room. So obviously it's like a little judgy moment with Valentina because these full Sicilian hookers are now infiltrating her.
Wants to spite these girls so bad.
Yeah. But she works for Dom. So it's whatever he says goes. Now on the walk, Bert confronts Dominic about his daughter also not being on the trip. And he's like, I wanted my granddaughter here. What the fuck? And then gives some weird like Greek mythology story about how Hades raped his daughter and she forgave him. And
so it's mythology, so it's not true.
It's not true. He's just so inappropriate.
Yeah. And he just like whatever stories he has in his arsenal relate to his situation right now and will defend him somehow, some way.
Some way.
That's not actually valid. But he's just old.
Yeah.
What?
we see why Dominic is the way he is. When you have this dad,
yes, yeah,
who no accountability for himself, you as a son didn't learn to hold yourself accountable for anything. Your dad I'm sure his dad was bringing him out on his little rendezvous with the woman. And so obviously Dominic has no boundaries for himself and is acting wild in his relationship with his wife. So just interesting seeing the lineage, like seeing it in your face.
Yeah. And then what happens when like millions of dollars are involved all of a sudden?
On top of that, yeah. And then you see Albie, who's like the most different from them.
Trying. And he's trying to break the generational curse.
He's trying. He wants to so bad. Because it's also crazy too how open this is. That the dad's a cheater, the grandpa's a cheater, they flirt with women. Like it's in Albie's face completely.
It seems to be in the men's circle. It's in some protected circle of we're the men and this is what we talk about.
Yeah, totally. Now that night, Dominic and Bert go for dinner, and this is where Bert kind of scolds him, like, men are going to do what they're going to do, but you can't be sloppy about it. That's his issue. You were sloppy. And it's just so weird how just seeing the older generation thinking this way, like, it's fine, you just got to be neat about it. And how even the older generation of women, you know, his wife knew everything that he was doing, but in her head, as long as he keeps it outside. Just like these kind of scripts that they tell themselves to kind of okay infidelity within a marriage.
Right. Like that's the respect that you give her. As a cheating man, you respect her enough not to drag it into the house. Now, Portia and Albie, they head to dinner in town. Of course, the same fucking restaurant that Tanya and Greg of course they do.
walk into. And Albie kind of divulges to Portia about how his dad is a cheater. His mom and sister found out the latest thing. They're pissed. That's why they're not here. And he's the peacekeeper. And we kind of see he's like the nice guy, right? He says to Portia he refuses to have a bad relationship with women. But also says a little something about how, you know, some girls say they want a nice guy, but they don't really.
But then they don't really. So how am I supposed to be nice if these girls don't want it?
So he has a little angst about it too.
He's already blaming women for being nice.
Yeah. And when he's not, also kind of like laying a foundation for like, when I'm not nice, it's because I tried to be the nice guy and y'all didn't want to be. Right? Exactly. Sounds like excusing in his head already. Portia, meanwhile, she's just here to have fun. She flat out says, I just want to adventure. I'm tired of TikTok and these screens. And I just want to, you know, date a man who is, as she said, disconnected from the discourse. So someone who's just like unattached from life and just adventurous and fun and just out here. Albie shares he's attracted to, he usually dates pretty wounded birds.
That's a nasty way to put it. As if you, Albie, yourself are not a pretty wounded bird.
Right. Oh, God. But I guess he's saying women, like girls who are fragile, work in progress, got issues.
People like, in their 20s? He's I can't.
Who isn't a mess at this age? Like
you're supposed to be. I don't know. Right? What his expectations are entirely too high for women just because he's different from his dad and his grandpa.
Yeah. And also it's part of his narrative in his head that he's the nice guy. Like I date these girls that are a mess. I try to like save them. I try to be good, you know, good for them, but they're not together enough to be with me or whatever narrative he's telling himself.
Yeah, whatever that is that he's telling. Yeah.
Now with Tanya and Greg drops the news at dinner that he has to fly home
tomorrow.
For work?
For work, yeah.
For 3 days. Mind you, they're only here for Bob. For 3 days, mind you, they're only there for a week. So what? What could possibly be so important that you can't do on Zoom?
Yeah.
Or send somebody else to do it if you're the big hotshot at your company. Like, so she's like, just quit. What do you mean, just quit? And that's when he reveals that he made her sign, or she made him sign a prenup.
Yeah.
So he's like, I can't quit. I need to work. But also the fact that he brings that up, like, you made me sign a prenup.
And I have to work.
Woo.
I said, ooh, Greg getting sassy.
I know. Ooh. And yeah, he goes on and on how she's so flighty. She changes her mind on people. Like he can't. She's not reliable. That's why he's working, which makes sense.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Makes a lot of sense. So she's like, you don't even like me. You know, I hate you. You never look me in the eye.
Yeah, well, that's all true.
All true. She storms off. Now, Albie walks Portia back to the hotel. He asks to kiss her. They have a dry little kiss. He's like, oh, yeah, let's hang out tomorrow. And he's all excited. You could tell from Portia's face. She doesn't know how to feel.
Yeah. She's like, damn, I got to see him now every day.
He's nice. He went to Stanford. He's from money. Like he's the type that she should be into, you know, or try to give a shot. But you can tell from that kiss, it didn't do much for her.
Nope.
At all. Now, very late at night, Tanya spots Greg again on his phone. Underneath the moonlight. It's like 2 a.m. And we hear him. I don't think she hears him because she's inside. But we hear the cameras on his side. Him say on the phone, she's clueless. I'll be home tomorrow. Give me a call when you get in. I love you. Is he talking to Chloe?
No, he's talking. No, I think he was talking to dudes. Remember, like his whole crew was all gay guys.
Oh, that's right. Oh, maybe it's one of them.
I think it's one of them. And this actually sparked a theory with one of my group chats this weekend about why Greg was after Saxon in season 3. I think he wanted to do some. I think he wanted to do some gay stuff.
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting. And then we see at the end too. She's the very end. Chloe's like talking some other dude up in the pool. And he like winks. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think he knew that he did gay stuff with his brother. Why not do gay stuff with me?
He did. That's true. I'm sure she told. Yikes, Greg. Oh my God. And so yeah, that's Greg. That's
Greg. Just so shady and weird and nasty and strange and so weird.
Strange, especially where we know where it goes.
Yeah,
just into some weird shit. The only other thing we missed, Lucia and Mia. They,
oh my gosh, yes.
Have another night of like perusing the hotel. Mia apologizes to the piano singer and he lets her sing a song. And then that night, Lucia goes to Dom's room.
Because Lucia looks at Mia singing and she said, oh no, I'm not the only one who has to go to LA. You got to go too.
Yeah.
We both got to go to LA. This is talent for real. I just want to be out here. But you got to be a singer. We got to go. So she goes to Dom's room, tries to kind of like arrange another night. And that's when he's like, I really have a sex addiction. I'm really trying to get a handle on things. Shirt unbuttoned.
Right. I'm trying to get it together. I'm trying to do well. And she's like, oh, okay. Well, my friend Mia's here as well.
That she pops right in. Hey.
And so weak. I mean, it didn't take him nothing to be like, all right, come inside. And they have another night of partying. And that was episodes 1 and 2. Friend, what can you gain from comparing your relationship to another relationship? Is it helpful? Should we not be doing this, or is it okay?
No, I think sometimes it is.
Okay.
I think sometimes it is so that you can... I see what Harper's trying to do. She's trying to make sure that they're on the same page after this massive life change that they just went through.
Yeah.
And she's just trying to make sure that what this couple is doing is not okay. With these two people, which I totally understand because we see their morals and their values. They're trying to help out their family. They're in the news. They might have a kid, but they're really concerned about the environment. Like they are really trying to gauge how their morals and values are next to these other people who are the complete opposite of them.
Yeah.
But then on Ethan's side, you don't have to completely demolish somebody else's character to get there.
Right.
And that's kind of what she's doing. And she's harsh about it because she is a lawyer.
Yeah. Her delivery.
So she's harsh.
Direct. Yeah.
But so he's not receiving it nearly as well, especially because they're on vacation.
Yeah. Just trying to relax. It's getting hard. Yeah. I think also too, she's, I think as you said before, it's like, are these the type of people we're going to hang out with from now on?
Yeah.
Is this the life that I can expect? Because these people don't seem like us at all. Are you trying to become more like them? Yeah. Like this was your friend from college? Like,
yeah, this is your friend?
This is your friend?
This has been your friend? Yeah.
Right. What do you mean friend? And then she's picking up on this weird like competition thing that he seems to be not expressly focused on, but like it's a part of the dynamic of why we're on this fucking trip. Why else are we here? You have something going on with him that you're trying to prove to him, to you, like there's something going on. Like, so she's trying to like really be conscious of like, what is this? Who is this? Who are you? What are you trying to become? What are you trying to do? I like to think generally, like the general rule of thumb is like, don't compare yourself to others. But I do think it can help bring a little bit of perspective as to like helping you reflect on your relationship, maybe even bring about necessary conversations that you're not having. For instance, with Ethan and Daphne, the baby conversation at dinner, like clearly they're not talking about stuff.
They're not on the same page at all.
They're not on the same page. And it just very quickly came up by an innocent question by another couple who's like, oh, so you guys having a baby? Or what do you guys think about starting a family? I think also Ethan seeing how lovey-dovey Harper or Daphne and Cameron are is illuminating to him just how emasculating he feels with Harper.
Yeah.
Which on one hand, I'm like, I'm sure this is how she's kind of always been. Like I wonder
that.
Like she's not the touchy-feely type. She doesn't give that. She seems a little bit colder, more reserved. So like, I presume this is what she's been like. So you married this person, you know, this is what what it was. But I think it's making him hyper aware to just how Harper talks to him. Like Daphne just speaks kinder, you know?
Yeah.
She kind of talks up her husband. She's like really proud of him and like loves him and like, she's his biggest champion, you can tell.
Yeah.
And he's not getting that same energy from Harper.
No, he doesn't demand that they split the beet salad. Or else.
Right. Or else. What is or else? What else? Like,
it was bad. It was bad. And catching Daphne laughing at that point too. Ethan peeped her like, oh.
But she's doing it in front of other people. Like, come on. I think even just seeing that just kind of let him know. Just have some perspective as to like, oh, I don't have to be spoken to like this. Like, this isn't normal, her talking down like this. So yeah, I think it just kind of helps you kind of remind or not really remind, but kind of figure out what's normal again. Like every couple has their basis of normalcy, but it's only really tested when you see other couples. And it's like, oh wait, is this normal that we fight every day? Like, is that, they don't fight at all. Maybe we need to find a happy medium. Like, you know?
Yeah.
So I think, there could be some benefits.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Let us know what you guys think. Comparing your relationship to other relationships. Good, bad, she do or she not. Let us know. But yeah, that's episodes 1 and 2. I'm excited.
Me too. I love this season so much.
I love this season so much. Let us know in the comments what you guys are thinking. And find us on Patreon. Join the Rose Garden. And we'll be back next week.
Sure will. Bye, guys.
Bye.